Good evening.
Buenas tardes.
I am Pastor Doug Johnson.
Soy Pastor Doug Johnson.
My wife, Crystal, and I are here from Virginia.
Mi esposa Crystal y yo venimos de Virginia.
A little town called Raven, Virginia.
Una ciudad llamada Raven.
About 2 hours from here.
Como a 2 horas de aquí.
And we are pastors of Raven Assembly of God there in Raven, Virginia.
Somos pastores de la iglesia Raven Assemblies of God en Virginia.
And I've been preaching since I was 19.
Y he estado predicando desde la edad de 19 años.
And one of the things that God has always used my wife and I to do
Una de las cosas que Dios siempre ha usado a mi esposa y a mí para hacer
is to strengthen the families.
es para familias.
And so the church that we pastor now concentrates on families, and we also have a Christian school there.
La iglesia donde estamos pastores es primeramente para familias y una escuela completa.
We believe that families are under attack in America today.
Creemos que la familia está bajo ataque hoy en día en América.
And so we want to do everything we can to strengthen the family unit and Christian families particularly.
Y queremos hacer todo lo posible para dar ayuda a la familia y a la unidad familiar.
And so everything on our table is absolutely free.
Todo lo que está en nuestra mesa es gratis.
And I want to thank Brother Dave for inviting us to come back again this year.
Quiero dar gracias al hermano David que nos ha invitado de nuevo este año.
And putting us right next to the kitchen where the food is.
Y nos ha puesto enseguida de la cocina donde está la comida.
But stop by our table. Everything there is free.
Which table is it?
It is the one right there, right next to the kitchen. That one right there. Yes.
Pasen a nuestra mesa,
Yes.
la primera, porque está por la puerta de la cocina.
The only thing on the table that is not free
Lo único en la mesa que no es gratis,
is because it doesn't belong to me,
que no es mía,
are these two books.
son estos 2 libros.
These are written by a lady in our church named Dana Smith.
Estos libros son escritos por una señora de nuestra iglesia, la señora Dana Smith.
One is called When I Sit in Darkness,
Uno se llama Cuando me siento en la oscuridad,
about an inmate in prison who comes to Jesus.
sobre un prisionero en la cárcel que viene a Cristo.
And another one is called A Place Between Heaven and Hell.
Y la otra se llama Un lugar entre el cielo y el infierno.
We brought these with us because we feel like this would be a blessing to you. These are $15 each.
Los trajimos porque pensamos que es una bendición para ustedes. Esos son $15 cada uno.
But everything on the table other than that is free, including some of my sermon CDs.
Todo lo demás es gratis, incluyendo los CDs de sermones míos.
We have a limited number of these, so please only one per person.
Tenemos unos pocos nomás, así que por favor uno por persona.
Two I want to highlight. One is called Good Without God is Not Good Enough.
Uno muy interesante es bueno sin Cristo no es bueno, suficiente bueno.
Because a lot of people today are good people.
Porque hay mucha gente que es buena gente,
But being good without God will not get us to heaven.
pero ser bueno sin Dios no nos lleva al cielo.
And then another one is called Does God's Love Equal Tolerance or Intolerance?
El amor de Dios es igual a tolerancia o intolerancia.
Because we hear a lot about tolerance today.
Porque oímos mucho sobre la tolerancia hoy en día.
So where does God's love fall into place?
¿Y dónde cae el amor de Dios en eso?
The answer will surprise you.
La respuesta lo va a sorprender.
But stop by our table. We want to strengthen your family. We want to be a blessing to you this weekend.
Pasen a nuestra mesa, queremos ayudarle a ustedes y a su familia.
God bless you.
Dios los bendiga.
I'm Pastor Mark Howard from Blunt Christian Church.
Soy Pastor Mark Howard from Blunt Christian Church.
We're in Maryville, Highway 321 toward Lenore City.
Estamos en Maryville, Highway 31.
My wife and I are here to represent Beth Roberts and Christian Riders Ministry.
Mi esposo y yo estamos aquí a representar el ministerio.
We have known Beth for more than 20 years.
Lo hemos conocido el pastor más de 20 años.
And Beth's ministry is to the hardcore biker community.
Y este ministerio es para los motociclistas que andan todo el tiempo en la motocicleta.
The hardcore biker community is a community in and of itself.
La comunidad de la motocicleta es una comunidad en sí misma.
They tend not to associate with other groups,
No se asocian con muchos de los otros grupos
and many of them do not even feel worthy to come on church property.
y muchos de ellos no se sienten bien entrando en iglesia, a su propiedad, a una propiedad de la iglesia.
So Beth goes out to the biker events to minister to these bikers at their events.
So Beth sale a los eventos de motocicletas a predicarles el evangelio a estos motocicletas.
She has a team that serves coffee and pancakes to the bikers.
Les llevan café y desayuno a los motociclistas.
She ministers to the families of bikers.
Les dan ministerio a la familia de los motociclistas.
She counsels with bikers who typically come after dark so their clubs can't see them come.
Les dan consuelo en lugares donde necesitan.
And she talks about Jesus all the time.
Y les habla sobre Cristo todo el tiempo.
We also have a very active biker ministry at Blunt Christian Church.
Tenemos un ministerio muy activo en la iglesia de Blunt.
And tomorrow, Beth's booth will be manned all day by bikers.
Y mañana va a estar todo por motociclistas.
So when they come in their leathers and their tattoos,
Cuando entren,
when they come in their leathers and their tattoos,
cuando entren con su,
you need to give one of them a hug.
tienen que por favor darles un abrazo.
If you've never been hugged by a big burly biker, it's quite an experience.
Si nunca le han dado un abrazo por un motociclista grandote.
All of the bikers who will be here tomorrow are very active Christians and active in our church.
Todos los que van a venir mañana son activos en nuestra iglesia.
And they are attempting to reach out to the biker community in Blount County.
Y ellos quieren hacer lo mismo.
We actually have one biker who works at Smoky Mountain Harley Davidson, which is only a mile from our building.
Tenemos uno que trabaja para la tienda de Harley Davidsons.
So that's what Best Ministry is all about, is reaching out to community that most churches are not even aware of.
Eso es que este ministerio es ayudar a una comunidad que la mayoría no sabe que existe.
And who don't typically connect with a church unless you really make an effort to connect with them.
Y que no van a conectar con una iglesia normal, regular, solo que traten de hacerlo.
Have a blessed evening. It's a pleasure to be with you.
Que Dios los bendiga.
I am Sam Steele,
El pastor Sam Steele,
Sevier County Missions Church.
de la Sevier County Misiones.
We are a local congregation
Somos una congregación local
that serve Christ by helping others.
que servimos a Cristo para otros.
We do local missions
Ayudamos a misiones locales
and help missionaries abroad.
y tenemos misioneros en otros países.
We are gatherers.
Somos congregadores.
We find what the missionaries need and we collect those things and provide them for them.
Damos lo que necesitan los misioneros, lo colectamos y se los damos a ellos.
Our special efforts are for the Lakota Sioux Indians.
Nuestros esfuerzos principales son para los indios nacionales aquí, los Sioux de Dakota,
In South Dakota.
y en el sur de Dakota.
Yes. And we have a table here with pictures of some things we do.
Tenemos una mesa aquí a la izquierda con retratos y fotografías de algo que hemos hecho
And information
y información
about the Native American Ministries.
sobre el ministerio de los indios americanos naturales.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Waddell with Emerald City Ministries.
Soy Taco Del del Ministerio de la Esmeralda, Ciudad de Esmeralda.
We help all of Sevier County with diapers, hygiene products,
Ayudamos al condado de Sevier con pañales y productos higiénicos,
medical equipment, not prescriptions, wheelchairs, things like that, if people doesn't have insurance.
equipo médico para como sillas y andaderas para los que no tienen asegurancia.
We've also got into helping people with abuse.
Hemos estado ayudando a gente con abuso.
What we do is give them information where they can go and where they can get help.
Lo que les damos es información, dónde pueden ir para que les ayuden.
We are needing a lot of help.
Nosotros necesitamos mucha ayuda.
The diapers and the hygiene products and medical equipment is hard to find, and there's a lot more demand than we can even come up with.
Los pañales y productos higiénicos son difíciles de encontrar y la demanda es mucho más de lo que podemos.
And if you'd like to be more involved in what we do or hear about it, we're right around the corner.
Si quieren ayudar, es de participar, estamos en la mesa de enfrente.
Pray for us and get involved. It's a great feeling to help people that needs it very, very bad right now.
Oren por nosotros y ayuden en cualquier manera que puedan. Es algo que es muy productivo para uno mismo.
Thank you.
Gracias.
I'm the Development Director for Wares Valley Ranch in Wares Valley.
Soy la directora para Wares Valley Ranch en Wares Valley.
And Wares Valley Ranch is a home and school for children whose families are in crisis situations.
El Wares Valley Ranch es un ministerio para familias que tienen problemas en este tiempo.
What they provide to our students
Lo que proveemos para nuestros estudiantes,
is a Christian home and school.
un hogar cristiano y escuela.
Most of all, love.
Lo más importante, el amor.
Many of our students
Muchos de nuestros estudiantes
come from situations where they have been abused
vienen de situaciones donde han sido abusados
or neglected,
o abandonados,
or just in general have a family situation they didn't create and they just are the collateral of that.
y por general una situación familiar donde ha habido problemas y que no son criados por ellos.
Our school does allow Bible teaching. We do have scriptures on the wall.
Nuestra escuela sí admite estudio bíblico y escrituras en la pared.
And our students memorize chapters.
Y nuestros estudiantes memorizan capítulos de la Biblia.
So, what we would like from you is to please pray.
Lo que necesitamos de ustedes es su oración por nosotros.
If you know of a family in crisis and a student that could benefit, send them our way. I have brochures.
O si hay una familia que ustedes conocen que necesita esa ayuda, mándenos a nosotros. Queremos información.
First of all, I want to thank Dave and Hilda for this awesome opportunity to have so many people come together from so many places, so many walks of life, so many faiths, and to be one people.
Amen.
It is amazing.
Primeramente quiero dar gracias a David y Hilda por este evento que trae a tantas diferentes personas, diferentes nacionalidades y idiomas y nos podemos juntar en unidad.
Just briefly, obviously the title pretty much says it all, Sevier County, Right to Life. We're all over the county.
El nombre lo dice todo, el condado de Sevier, estamos en todo el condado de Sevier, el derecho a vida.
Our purpose is not to preach at people, not to beat people over the head. Yes, we talk about abortion. I mean, life is life, okay? But life is a precious gift that comes from God. And we feel it's our duty to try to educate people as to what is going on with abortion, not necessarily the blood and guts stuff of how it's performed. If I have a group of adults, trust me, I will do it. But if there are young people, little people, no, they don't need that. They can understand that the feet, the size of these feet on my pin are the size of an 8-week-old unborn baby. I wear this everywhere except on my pajamas, literally. I have kids at school. Mrs. B, tell us about those feet. My comment to them, pretty much no matter what their age is, because you know somebody's always looking over your shoulder at school, and fortunately I'm not a board certified teacher, I'm just a sub. I just simply tell them, once upon a time, probably your mother didn't know she was pregnant. This was the size of your feet. And they're kind of soaking this in, and they'll say, and now look at your feet. Look how big you've got.
Yeah.
But everything you ever were or were going to be was already there. Thank you.
Amen.